Thank you to HUEL for sponsoring this video. More on them in just a bit.
Sisters of the Reject Nation! Guess who's back? Back again. Coy and Roxy are back.
Yeah.
Tell a friend. Listen, we were barred for a year and 4 months.
A year and a third.
A year and
We were
a
on
third.
probation.
We did, but
People
you know
serve
what?
less time for real crimes.
Okay, we did one video together.
Ever.
And it has 100,000 views. So
You're welcome.
really could it have been that bad?
I think the third round of editing is when Greg really lost his mind, and now here we are on a trial run.
We wanted to switch it up and do what Coy considers a horror comedy.
Is that not what this is?
We're watching The Fly. I have heard that this movie is horrific. Like,
thought it was like
it's supposed to
a-
be amazing, but it's gruesome and creepy.
Body horror, but with
Body horror.
lulls.
So where's the comedy?
I think it's in the Goldblum of it all. I think he's like very performative. I think he knows that it's cheeky, right? Like campy.
If you guys are excited for this one, then don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure that you are a patron if you're not already. That's where the super sexy people are. Go over to Patreon, sync up with your own copy over there. Plus, that's where Greg and John cover stuff exclusively. So if you want all things Real Rejects, then you will make sure you are a super sexy patron today. Seriously, what do you know about this, Coy? Anything other than Goldblum of it all?
Goldblum, I've seen a couple scenes of him like very viscous and standing with his chest out looking majestic. I think that's from
Bare
this movie.
chest?
Yeah. I think gifs I've used are from this movie.
I'm going to go ahead and thank Prepper in advance for editing us down. Boy, do I think we probably will need it.
We're on
Make us-
probation, Roxy. We have to behave.
Okay, on our best behavior, here we go to watch The Fly. Do you know anyone else who's going to be in this other than Goldblum?
No? Oh, it's an OG Cronenberg movie, so definitely body horror. I don't know anyone else.
I don't know, the brief sound drops that we're getting right now, the music, I'm like, it could be that. Pretty cool.
It's definitely got an atmosphere.
Also aptly named my favorite episode of Breaking Bad, The Fly.
Love that episode. Ryan Johnson's a genius.
A fly. A house fly.
Gina
Oh,
Davis.
there we go. Okay.
Little known name, Gina Davis.
Doubly invested. Boston girl, Gina Davis.
John Getz, that sounds familiar to me, actually.
There's someone in our community named John Getz. Maybe that's it. But he spells it with an O. It might be someone we actually just know.
100% what you just said is accurate. Oh my God, I know who that is. What do you think is in the background right now?
I think like amoebas growing. Like I think maybe like biology of some kind or seaweed.
Okay, I see a dragon, so...
Oh, The Fly featuring mythological creatures.
Yes.
The flies have all those different ways to see. Maybe it's like the POV of a fly.
Good call.
Right?
Good call. It's like clouds. I keep seeing noses, faces.
It's also lowering. We're getting to darkness.
There were people.
Not of color changing variety.
What am I working on?
So handsome.
I'm working on something that'll change the world and human life as we know it.
Change it a lot or just a bit?
So young, so beautiful.
Right? Thank you.
What do you want me to be specific here in this room with half the scientific community of North America eavesdropping?
Is there another way?
You could come back to my lab. I have a FIAM of my very own. You know what that is? It's not the Dilettante's plastic kitchen model. It's one of those real restaurant espresso machines with an eagle on top.
Oh, fancy.
The Goldblum charm.
Oh, I get the feeling you don't get out much.
You can tell that?
Yes.
The volume and the hair in this frame.
It's so true.
86 was a good year for hairspray.
I like when he opens his eyes wider than they already are.
I'm enunciating a point with my eyeballs.
I think you're making a mistake. I think you really want to talk to me.
Sorry, I have 3 other interviews to do before this party's over.
Yeah, but they're not working on something that'll change the world as we know it.
They say they are.
Liars.
Yeah, but they're lying.
I knew.
He is so charming, man. There's
He
something
is.
about him. There's something like you can't put your finger on.
She's effortless and he is effortful. Like,
Yes, and both work for them.
Are you sick?
No.
You're not a very accomplished drunk.
No, I'm always like this. It's motion sickness.
Me too.
I hate vehicles.
Should I drive more slowly?
No, that doesn't
It just
help.
prolongs it. Also, don't like vehicles. I love cars as a concept, but not being in them.
No, I get super car sick, but not in the front, only in the back.
Sometimes in the front for me.
Whoa.
I gotta drive to completely nullify it.
This is it?
It's cleaner on the inside. Cliff.
I like the choice to endear us to him with something so common like motion sickness, so we like connect.
Yeah, we
Right?
seriously,
Immediately,
we're
I'm like,
yeah, that's us,
I get
that's
this.
us. Yeah.
I get this, man.
He has real people feelings.
They're just like us.
Especially if he's going to bring us into this dungeon.
Yeah, it's not as foreboding because he has motion sickness.
And he can play piano.
All the endearing qualities in that beautiful mane.
No serial killers play piano.
No, and live in this.
Listen, maybe this is a bad idea.
Yes, Gina Davis. This is smart from this
There we go.
vibe.
Oh, it's too late.
Not what you want to hear.
Can't let you leave here alive.
Okay.
Okay, as long as he knows.
I haven't seen anything.
Run.
Those.
Designer phone booths. I bet you have a really neat jukebox in here too someplace. Over there, maybe?
No.
Are you getting flirty vibes?
100%.
Okay.
For the first time, though, it's like her fear brought it out of her.
That's hot.
I mean, horror movies got to sell somehow.
This is the prototype of those. It's the first one I had made. It works, but it's clunky.
It's actually incredible how far we've come that this would be advanced technology
Right.
38 years ago.
What year was this?
86?
So, what do they do, the phone booths?
Telepods. I need an object. Say, do you have something on you that's personal? An item of clothing or jewelry?
Take your clothes off, is what he's saying.
The flirty vibe, and she's about it.
Oh, no, don't. It's the worst thing you could give. You have one.
Oh,
Oh, good. That's better. You need your shoes.
of all the items,
Well, what was she supposed to do?
an item in the purse. Like literally anything.
That's better. That's good thinking.
I like the choice because it's sexier. It's just the logic.
Maybe she's trying though.
I think it's working because that's the move.
It's nice.
5 minutes in, very charmed.
And they don't have to worry about continuity as much because it's out of frame. So good choice.
Brundle, Seth? Brundle, Seth?
That would work with Goldblum specifically. A voice match.
Keep your eye on the stocking.
Are you clear on Brundle Seth?
Nope. I
Okay.
assume that's his name because password like voice recognition. It'd be a weird password otherwise.
This is giving Willy Wonka.
Will it be as terrifying?
Well,
Great.
Where it's going.
The world's largest microwave oven. I'm glad I didn't give you my Rolex.
That's what I think that's what they say in Willy Wonka.
no, you're missing the point. Look.
Teleportation?
Teleport.
Cooked.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that a hologram? Where's my stocking?
That's it, the real one.
That's crazy still. Scientifically, why do you think it's smoking?
I imagine you'd have to separate the atoms, condense them back together, and that would cause a lot of friction, which, when gone through space, would heat up.
I don't think I get it. What happened?
You get it all right, you just can't handle it.
That's a good line.
Your stock has just been teleported from one pod to another. It'll change the world as we know it.
This is,
Oh,
Sneaky.
sketchy Gina Davis.
how could you do this alone?
I don't work alone. I'm a management man. I farm bits and pieces out to guys who are much more brilliant than I am. I say, build me a laser this, design me a molecular analyzer that. None of them knows what the project really is. So,
The money? Bartok Science Industries financed this?
they leave me alone because I'm not expensive. What's that? What are you doing?
Well, you want me to get the quotes right, don't you?
I thought this was personal. You can't write about this.
Okay, less sketchy.
Off the record.
Particle Magazine sent me to that party to get a story.
Absolutely not. In fact, I'm going to have to ask you for that tape, please. I'd never have told any of this stuff to a journalist.
But you did tell this stuff to a journalist.
Why
Well,
did
yeah.
he do that?
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, he was definitely doing it to sleep with her, but how did he not know? I don't know what he expected to
Yeah.
happen.
Or maybe that's what he wanted. Maybe this was his genius plan. He wants her to think he doesn't
He's
want her to
gonna
write it.
be sneaky and pretend to double blind himself.
What do you think?
It's a joke.
Yeah, without proof.
He's conning you. Oh, it's an old nightclub routine. 2 cabinets, and you fell for it.
That was no night.
Are we having lunch? Send him in. You must have made an impression.
What do you mean?
Your magician has followed you here.
Ooh. I can't help but think ahead. Body horror, teleportation.
I assume he's gonna try to teleport himself.
Human. Yeah.
But how does he become a fly?
He's Seth Brundle.
If you plan to make anything disappear, please let me know. I've got an assistant editor who's outlived his usefulness.
It's a mean thing to say about your assistant editor.
He wasn't impressed by your tape?
He thinks you're a con man.
Excellent.
It is a pretty common magic trick.
Let's see what the people at Omni think about it.
No, listen, Veronica, I've come here to say one magic word to you.
Bippity boppity boo.
Please?
Cheeseburger.
We were both wrong.
Yeah, yours is better.
When Harry met Sally.
Oh, look at the 80s vibes of that restaurant.
I have a strong urge to talk about what I'm doing. But if this gets out now, it'll kill me. The bar talk people will kill me. My colleagues will kill me. She's not ready yet.
Seems to work okay.
No, something important's missing.
A woman's touch.
Which is?
Please don't say that.
I hope he
I
does.
can only teleport.
Oh,
inanimate
okay.
objects.
More science.
It would have been so bad.
What level of hitting on versus science are we playing here?
Listen, you're not doing a very good job of convincing me. I think the world should know about it now, and I think I should be the one to tell it.
Great.
Not yet. Look, what do you got so far?
I see how this got him Jurassic Park. Like the mad scientist that's edgy and sexy.
Not a magazine article. Follow me and my work day by day in as much detail as you can stand. I don't have a life, so there's nothing for you to interfere with.
I hear you on that.
Time to start inventing, Roxy.
A complete record of the most earth-shattering invention ever. The one that ended all concepts of transport, of borders and frontiers, of time and space.
Drop the fry.
It's like a mic drop in the 80s.
Transporting myself 15 feet through space from one telepod to another.
Okay, so he is going to do it himself.
Wait for me that long?
And a fly gets in the other pod, merging them because the atoms, which is why it was heated.
But we know we need him in the movie. So something goes wrong because we still need the actor.
But do we have the actor the voice of a fly?
Yeah.
Bothering Gina Davis,
Yeah, I
who's
guess he
also a
wasn't-
star?
He wasn't as big of a star then.
Right.
So
So maybe Gina Davis is haunted by a fly.
is this after A League of Their Own?
I think it was around A League of Their Own. I think League of Their Own was like 87? So she's a star.
Yeah.
And I think this made him one, but I could be wrong.
So far we've seen 3 people. Well, we had the party guests for a
Sure.
second, but
And that other guy with the beard.
it's a very small cast.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing in my apartment?
Bro.
Just happened to be in the neighborhood. Felt a bit scummy.
That doesn't happen to me anymore, but it
I
used to.
think they fixed
yeah.
it. Or it's an LA thing. On the East Coast it happens. Maybe out here.
I have a key, remember? You gave it to me.
I know I should have changed the lock.
History.
I knew you wouldn't.
Sometimes I have facial blindness. Was this her boss?
Yeah. Which is like he didn't take her seriously because she was attractive, but now it's also because they have history. Beard blindness, I get it.
Totally.
Your new playmate's an interesting guy.
Playmate.
The nightclub act. Brundle.
Jelly.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea.
That is his name, Brundle.
He said it earlier, and I told you that. Coin.
Yeah, totally. She didn't ask about it at all.
Really quite brilliant. He was the leader of the F-32 team. Remember that? An inch away from the Nobel Prize for Physics.
Aha.
He was only 20 at the time.
I don't even think I'm going to do Brundle. I'm still considering the Psychology Today gig.
That's not like you.
Are you getting out or am I?
Ooh.
I'll go. I have to put this issue to bed. You want me to come back later and tuck you in?
No. Key.
I'll keep it.
No.
For old time's sake.
You're a petty schmuck.
Agreed.
I assume he's our bad guy because he's doing bad guy things.
And it's weird because Jeff Goldblum was doing sketchy things, but it was hot.
But there was charm
this
about
guy-
it. This guy, there's a line you walk saying
Don't-
sketchy stuff.
Don't shower in my shower.
Right. Don't appear at my house and then keep the key in a very presumptive way.
Yeah, no.
I want someone to have access to me. This must have felt so futuristic. Now it's just Surrey.
Don't say her name too loud.
Awake her.
People watch us on their TVs. You just screwed everyone.
Timing not synced. Oh no, be safe, little man.
Cool visuals for this time. Way to
100%.
go.
The staticiness was rad.
He ends up at Planet of the Apes. What?
And it starts.
Good music.
Paw. Oh!
Oh.
Do not like
You couldn't have started with something smaller?
and less sentient.
Like a turtle? PETA does not like this movie.
Oh, I love monkeys. Oh, those sounds. I think my enjoyment of this movie is reaching its end.
Is that the
I
comedy
worry
part?
I worry where we're gonna go from here.
That was disgusting.
It's a Cronenberg film.
That was disgusting. That looked like my spaghetti, man.
Did not enjoy mom's spaghetti.
Talk to the tape. Get in the habit. The world will want to know what you're thinking.
What is what I'm thinking?
Yeah, me too, man.
Same, bro.
The world will want to know that.
So effective.
I don't think the world wants to know that.
Once he's
Turn the
successful,
baboon
he'll want
inside
to.
out.
But I don't
I
like
think
the
it turned
journey.
the baboon inside out.
If it
That's what that
re-atomized.
was.
Flesh. It only seems to work with inanimate objects, nothing that's living.
You still make Amazon a lot of money.
What if you yourself first? Would it bring you back to life?
If you were inverted, I guess.
Computers are dumb. They only know what you tell them.
Not anymore, babe.
I must not know enough about the flesh myself. I'm going to have to learn.
I do like that as like he had all the parts imported in the different steps, so he has to learn the biology element. That's clever because you would still know how to wield the machine to work on it. So I'm wondering what that arc is.
She is distractingly beautiful.
It's really like, and the effortlessness is only helping.
Yeah, it's crazy. She like doesn't even move her face.
She just glows in place. She just picturesque in corners. Look at.
Do you ever change your clothes?
I hope the answer is yes.
Oh, that's true. He's in the same outfit.
Your clothes. You're always wearing the same clothes.
Steve Jobs.
Save time.
No, these are clean. I change my clothes every day.
Is this a closet for the same clothes? Is this where he got his idea, Bill Gates?
5 sets of exactly the same clothes?
Learned it from Einstein.
He predates, I suppose.
Think about it.
Expend any thought on what I'm going to wear. I just grab the next set on the rack.
So weird.
I wish. It seems great.
I bought some steaks. Can I make you one?
We can go out.
Cheeseburger?
You turning down Gina Davis steaks,
Yeah,
Jeff Goldblum?
what?
What are you doing?
He wants to show her off.
That's fair. But a woman offers you to make you steaks.
I agree.
You're very cute.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pursue him, babe.
He is not reading, or he's not acting on the reading.
Am I? Come on.
It's gonna be real sad if that
They're
guy becomes a
showing-
fly.
And we see nothing. She was covering
She's
everything.
fully
Coy.
clothed too.
She didn't even
they
care.
didn't even kiss. She kissed him on the cheek, and they added ADR. Little snogging sounds.
I wanted to see some.
There we
lip to
go.
it.
After an overlap fade,
A backwards kiss.
her neck looks uncomfortable. Jeff Goldblum, what are you doing?
He doesn't know.
Doesn't know. He hasn't learned yet.
Oh, ow. What happened? Oh, on my back. Ow.
Oh, God, something stuck to your back. Oh.
What?
We've taken a turn.
Do you have any disinfectant?
That's okay.
I'm gonna kiss it.
No, I don't know.
I just want to eat you up.
Strange line. Love
She's
it.
accelerated.
That's why old ladies pinch babies' cheeks. It's the flesh. It just makes you crazy.
Is she the fly?
That really didn't do it for me.
Want to try an experiment?
Sure.
I think you mean different things.
The flesh just makes you crazy. Is like, she said it, so we'll let it pass. But that's the least sexy thing I've ever heard. That's an Army Hammer quote. Like,
Oh, 100%. But it needed to cause him to think of this. I just wish they'd like set it up a little better because that was a second line pretty aggressive.
you just can't be out here cannibalism.
No, it's not as attractive. I mean, Gina Davis, maybe.
Totally.
End of list.
It's the flesh that
Makes
makes me
crazy.
crazy. Is it?
After backbites.
Also, like, low-key, you can't just have that in your bed.
Yeah. Like, why did that happen? Where was that? Is it like a Lego just hanging out?
Had needles and prongs in it.
Actual cannibal Gina Davis. Wait, are they going to eat it after?
Objective opinion.
This is not a scientific way to test what could be very dangerous.
It tastes like a steak.
So dead meat.
Now try this teleported half.
Oh, are you serious? A monkey just came apart in there.
Yeah.
Correct.
Eat.
Maybe you eat. Why would you? What?
How long have they known each other?
It tastes funny.
Funny how?
You try it, bro.
Synthetic. Mm-hmm. So what have we proved?
That he's not willing to risk his life, but he is willing to risk yours.
He's going to make other people make his stuff. He's going to make an experiment.
Of a steak. It's translating it for us. It's rethinking it rather than reproducing it, and something is getting lost in the translation.
That makes sense.
It does make sense. I'm annoyed.
It should make the computer crazy, like those old ladies pinching babies. But it doesn't, not yet. I haven't taught the computer to be made crazy by the flesh, the poetry, the steak.
Okay, some more complicated poetry, so we gotta break it down for the machine.
Never have I ever been sleeping with somebody and mentioned old lady pinching baby and had them take it
Suddenly
well.
have an epiphany.
That's hot.
I don't know if cannibalism really is like a second date.
It was very smart to get us to the steak thing, though. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
Oh, ominous.
Oh, jealous collar-up boyfriend.
Good. I love seeing time-stamped shopping.
All this is so expensive at vintage stores now.
Yeah,
That's a dope jacket.
it is. Do you
That
think
was
she's looking at it
$17.
for him or for her?
I should have known it. You stayed with Brundle all night. Why didn't I believe you? I wonder. Oh, yeah. I think he'd look great in this.
Oh, he's crazy.
Yeah, the warble in the voice concerns me.
Don't you get it? I am finally onto something that's big, huge.
Yeah? His... You're a goddess. Thank you for making my most paranoid fantasies come true.
I don't have to report to you, you creep.
He was the villain.
I'll spend the night anywhere I damn well please.
Give me my key back.
Change locks, Gina Davis.
That was so creepy.
You did not. Don't go right to another baboon. Is it what he has just on hand?
No, I really feel like we should be using a mouse, a turtle,
Anything else.
something smaller.
Something less intelligent. Baboons are smart. I think they're recording on Betamax. Can't even play those anymore.
I think he's trying to see what the closest to the human would be.
But you gotta get
But
there.
you gotta get right. We gotta build up. We can't just start at baboon.
But they also accelerated their relationship. He's just an impulsive guy.
I think it's time for champagne.
Oh my god.
I'm so glad he's okay. I'm glad you taught it poetry.
But is he really okay? We gotta give it like 24 hours.
I think that baboon's seen some stuff.
Well, send the baboon out for tests, see if he's really okay.
How long will that take?
Could be weeks.
Years!
Do you send a baboon for tests?
And to who? How do you explain the context?
I was thinking that we could take a holiday.
Now?
It's a giant historic breakthrough. You got to keep working.
We go to Florida, someplace warm.
Just you and me.
The pacing of this is hilarious.
They accelerated. They're going to get married next week.
Congrats, by the way.
Oh, thanks. It was a little slower than this.
Oh yeah.
Is this a romance we're having? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It didn't tease cannibalism either, but you know, now I know it works.
Yeah. You should have mentioned flesh way earlier.
Yeah, I could have saved myself some time.
I have a great idea.
What is it?
Steak, flesh, baboons.
Champagne? Yeah, you have a lot of ideas, babe.
You like Chinese food?
Yes.
Oh, is he going to bring...
Yes.
Oh, I thought he was going to somehow teleport it.
That was the most Jewish thing he's done in this movie. We love Chinese food.
It's great on holidays when everything else is closed.
Yeah.
Hey, what's this?
Oh, yeah, from your editor. I'm sorry. Somebody slipped it under the door.
You didn't tell her?
Oh, yeah, I'll wait.
Oh, no. Someone already did a mock-up.
Nothing. It's just,
You're gonna hide it?
I thought old married couples shared all their personal bullshit. That's how they stayed old and married.
Don't rush it. Look, I have to go out for a few hours.
Don't rush it.
I still have the residue of another life, you know. I have to scrape it off my shoe and get rid of it once and for all.
She's going to kill him.
All right, let's punch him in the face. Let's just get straight to it.
What's this supposed to mean?
It means that I'm your editor and I'm shaping your material into a story.
But this is not your story. It's mine.
I sent you to the Bartok party to see what you could find. Your discovery is my discovery.
Paralleling the science.
Everything that has to do with transportation will become obsolete. And I am right there in the middle of it. The only recorder of the event from the inside out.
Hey.
But does she have feelings for him, right?
I can't tell why it's accelerating so quickly, or she's faking it, but I believe her.
I don't want you to disappear from my life.
Too late.
Don't trust him.
Bastard.
Come on, Gina Davis.
Okay.
This is how they manipulate. Ugh, he sucks.
Gaslit by this dude.
Residue means her old boyfriend, doesn't it? Stath is Barnes is her old boyfriend from the desk of Stath is Barnes.
Oh my god, I love him.
It's a delight.
She's working for her old boyfriend.
I want to vent to a baboon. I'd be so happy.
Is he real?
Oh, that's a real baboon. I don't think they're in the same room for safety.
But he
But I
didn't
think-
die in vain.
Oh, the fly.
The fly.
As the general said, there's nothing I'd ask you to do that I wouldn't do myself, boys.
No, but you didn't eat the steak, so I do think there's.
That's true. I think you're an outsourcer.
Hey, you're all right. I'm looking at you. I can tell you're okay.
Oh, just
Oh,
the
he's gonna
baboon
get drunk and-
he merges with the fly. The fly goes in. He tries.
I think
he
he
said
got-
there's nothing I wouldn't do myself.
Yeah.
He's gonna merge with the fly. The fly's gonna go in there with him, and he's gonna merge with the fly.
I think he is drunk and making a choice, and the fly is gonna. Yeah, I think he's the fly. Hence the naked Goldblum we've seen in GIFs.
We just saw the fly. He's going to.
But how does he come back as Goldblum? Or does he?
No, I think he might look like Goldblum, but have the mind of the fly or something. I don't know. The fly's gonna get in. Is that already in? What side is it on?
I think it's inside. Those look like, oh, yep, I think it's in.
This is so stupid, and this is like you can't drink and teleport.
No, that's the, all right.
Is she gonna walk
He's
in
not
right
a good
now?
assistant.
No.
It's a baboon.
He sees the fly.
Definitely inside. The impulsiveness of this man.
It's his head, but is his body a fly? Is there a fly inside of him?
Will he just make a buzzing sound? Is he... This is the shot I've used. Now I've caught up on everything I know about the fly. It's the end of my knowledge. That's an amazing shot.
Yeah, that is great.
Am I different somehow? Is it live or is it Memorex? It's too bad Ronnie missed it.
Where's
Is
the
it
fly?
live or is it Memorex? Is an interesting concept because it's like recorded and like reproduced.
What's Memorex?
It's like a VHS, but it's Betamax. So it's like a film, like recorded to film. So like the idea of him being transported, but it being a copy digitized. Interesting idea.
But where's the fly?
But where's the fly? And also, are we ever going to answer that question, or is it just going to be a question?
I think we got to answer it. About where's the fly, not the first question.
Oh yeah, that'll be answered. I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, your
Because
question.
digitizing someone, would there be an organic artifice, or would there just be? Is he dead technically? If he's just the reproduction of himself.
I missed you last night. I went through last night.
Without testing the baboon?
I was drunk. I was a bit upset.
You could have killed yourself.
Might have. We
More
don't know.
easily than actually succeeding.
Are you sleeping with Stathis Barnes?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I just get that feeling.
Ooh, he's a smoke show right now.
I got jealous.
Yeah, but if you're going to be jealous, this is the way to do it, not by breaking into somebody's house.
Yes. Conversation while naked.
He was teaching at college. I was a science major. He got me started in journalism.
Is he still in love with you?
Yep,
Good question.
How could he not be?
exactly.
Good answer.
Are you still in love with him?
Oh, what about our deal? You went through and I wasn't there.
Don't worry, I taped it for you.
You did?
He's a lot more aggressive.
Yeah, it's interesting. Does he have like animal instincts? Was I right? Is he gonna grow wings out of the spot?
I don't know about that, but it sounded like the fly was inside that part.
Did it just go in him? Where is it flying?
Oh,
Okay, he's getting fly-like instincts. Speed.
but like catching a fly isn't a fly instinct.
They move fast though.
I've never seen a fly catch anything ever.
It's because they're so small. How would you see that?
You think they do?
I think they're fast. I think they got
They
little like.
catch little particles.
It's weird knowing so little about a classic movie that I don't know if like what the body horror that's got to happen
Happens.
is.
Yeah, exactly. But also the fact that you call this a comedy, so I keep waiting for the ha-has. I loved how dark that shot was. We're changing tones.
Mm-hmm. Definitely feels like it's leading towards horror.
I'm bummed for her because I think she's actually going to end up liking him. But I can't tell if she's using him for the story.
I think she's actually fallen for him.
I thought so too, but I don't know.
Cool.
Do you think there's any shot that's Jeff Goldblum?
I think some of the shots were Jeff Goldblum. I think that's a professional gymnast. I think that's Jeff Goldblum.
It'd be incredible if it was. Do flies have crazy strength?
I don't know.
I don't know enough about a fly.
Proportionate strength of a fly, like Spider-Man, but flies.
Oh,
That's cool. Whatever stunt guy this is incredible.
it's Jeff.
It's definitely Jeff Goldblum.
That was very good work. Did you think that was hot or what?
Definitely has that look.
Yeah.
I mean, it was.
Yes and yes.
Yeah, I think she was just telling her ex that it was still a gig out of like defense, but I think she likes him.
She didn't even fully say that, but she kind of did. I don't know. I think she maybe isn't being honest with herself even.
Yeah, I think she's torn or was torn, but now.
So I asked the computer if it had improved me, and it said it didn't know what I was talking about, and that's made me think very carefully. The personal potential I've been neglecting all these years that I've been obsessively...
Oh my God.
Sugar, like a fly.
Do you normally take coffee with your sugar?
You know, I just don't think I've ever given me a chance to be me. So, listen. The synchronicity of those two events might blur the resultant individual effect of either individually.
He does a great
What's
job with
messianic?
these verbiages. Like Jeff Goldblum always nails this stuff.
Mm-hmm. So articulate.
What have I really done now? All I've done is say to the world, let's go, move, catch me if you can. Waiter, Jesus.
What a monologue.
So good.
What a monologue.
Such
So
a shift
good.
in personality and speed.
So good.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh, What's? Oh God, is there fly wings somewhere?
I've been doing this for hours.
I'm not ready to quit yet. Come on.
He does. I mean, like his skin looks different.
What's this?
It's an attempt to distract me. That's what happens when you get older. Weird hair configurations. I don't know. I've never really been hairy enough. You know what I mean? All this too.
Are flies all the time?
I think maybe just energy.
Well, they do reproduce a lot, right?
True. And like I was thinking the high energy, the sugar, the need to move, and he was feeling so good and inspired.
Hey.
I don't really think you want a body covered with these.
Listen, I want you to go through. I want to teleport you as soon as possible, right now.
Don't give me that born-again teleportation rap. I told you I'm scared to do it. What do I have to say? I'm not gonna do it.
You're a f***ing drag, you know that?
Ooh.
Something went wrong, Seth. When you went through, something went wrong.
He's definitely acting like an addict.
Not you. You're too chicken shit to be a member of the Dynamic Duo Club? Okay, then great.
Dynamic duo.
Club.
I bet you think that you woke me up about the flesh, don't you? But you only know society's straight line about the flesh. You can't penetrate beyond society's sick, gray fear.
He's excellent.
Yeah,
I mean, he's excellent.
I also like that the insecurity of him outsourcing is like
He could play like Elon Musk. Like he could play. I mean, this is crazy. He's so good. I don't think I've ever seen him like this.
But I really like the turn of how his insecurity would come out in anger and how like that moment could just be him not feel like insecurity of imposter syndrome. Like everyone outsourced everything. So now that he's done something. And yeah, definitely buy his turn.
I think I'm too focused on how this is fly-like behavior and more it's just something went wrong, you know?
But the buzzing and the hairs are definitely something.
I bet he's going to arm wrestle somebody later.
It is the 80s.
Who's winning?
I hope it's Mark.
Maybe I'd better get involved in this too.
Hey, pal.
Suspenders.
I got $100 says I can beat either one of them. And I get to take the lady home for the night if I win.
Says who?
Weird, yeah.
Hey, Tony, it's an easy 100. Come on, pal, let's get it over with.
Villainous turn, Goldblum.
Yeah.
And you called the arm wrestling.
His skin is completely changed.
Yeah, it was lighter in the apartment. Now it's like spreading and darkening. It's cool effect because it definitely looks subdermal, like coming out of him.
Whoa.
Is he oozing? Oh!
Are you a bodybuilder or something?
That's your reaction? Bodybuilder.
I was not expecting that.
There's no elevator. I can't make it.
Don't you feel elevated?
It's kind of a good line.
It's a good line. Delivered villainously and acting villainously. Good line. I like the showing of strength with exposition.
Oh.
I guess it worked.
Did he do it again?
Is he trying to get pure or show off? It worked. It purified him, or so he thinks.
Oh, the hair's on the back. Is he eating her? Is she gonna feel it?
It's your turn.
To do what?
I want you to go through.
I don't want to try that.
Why not? It'll make you feel sexy.
But I already feel sexy.
Oh.
I worry for her safety.
Yeah, she's playing checkers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid!
Don't be afraid.
No, be afraid.
Who's this? Thanks for a wonderful time.
Yeah, I feel bad for her all around.
Yeah, me too.
But
also, she shouldn't have gone with him. Not trying to blame, but she like willingly went with him.
after the arm break, she's like, "This is the move."
And then she was
I'm just
like,
glad
let's keep
she's
drinking.
safe. I was getting American Psycho vibes. I was real worried.
Yeah.
You're changing, Seth. Everything
Yeah.
about you is changing.
His face.
The hair's coming out.
Weird hairs that were growing out of your back, I took them to a lab. He finally came to the conclusion that they were definitely not human. Very likely insect hairs. I think you must be sick.
You're jealous! I've become free. I've been released, and you can't stand it.
Number 4, he was like, I'm jealous. You're jealous.
Look at me. Does this look sick? Does this look like a sick man to you?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Does look like a sick man for sure.
I don't need you anymore.
Oh, wait.
Imagine dealing with like losing the person that you're crushing on and also this.
Yeah. I like how they're making it. I mean, it feels like a junkie parallel. Like it's
Yeah,
really interesting
for
the
sure.
choices he's making. And
Does this look like a sick man?
yeah.
Every one of my friends ever saying that. Yes.
Correct.
You jumping
You're exuding
off of
crazy
the roof
behavior.
looks like a sick person. Yes.
I do worry more. Yes. But I like what you were saying earlier about he could play anybody because now like him full crazy, like the Goldblumisms are just now antagonistic.
Yeah.
Like he's still doing a lot of the similar tics, but they're so big and scary.
The little hairs coming out of his face. At first, when his skin wasn't looking good, I was like, was Jeff Goldblum just having a bad skin day?
No,
Like,
yeah, they did it subtle, and
yeah.
then I like how they're literally protruding. Like it was subdermal, now it's out of his skin.
Oh, yes, it is the razor's problem.
I'm so unprepared for what body horrors are coming. This is already so gross. Oh no!
With the tooth. What's
Oh,
happening
no.
with the tooth? It's a tooth.
What's the
with tooth.
fingernail?
It's
Oh,
that-
the fingernail! The fingernail! The
I thought it was
fingernail!
gonna be the tooth.
No,
It
it's
was
way
the
worse.
nail.
It's way worse.
That's bad. That's bad.
It's like torture in most movies. Is pull the fingernails like it. Oh!
What the was that liquid?
I think it was when he squeezed his hand earlier. Remember? I thought it was like oozing. I think he's secreting. I mean, Cronenberg's known for his body
Don't
horror.
squeeze
I
it
am,
again.
I
Don't
am
squeeze it again.
unprepared.
Don't squeeze it again. Don't you
Don't
squeeze
you
it again.
do it. Don't. No, please, 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 please.
No.
Oh,
no,
he's just
no,
dripping.
No,
He's
no,
just-
no,
oh!
no.
It's so much worse than I was prepared for.
Nope.
Somehow the slow burn's worse than the gore earlier. Like
Because we've made it through an hour of this movie with
And
it
only
not being
the
a horror
ape-
movie. Like,
the baboon was just a taste.
Brundle, Seth, give me a disc. I need the first teleportation, S. Brundle.
is he gonna realize that the fly was in there with him?
Secondary.
Not Brundle.
Computer's not smart. It has to learn. Yeah, that's interesting.
My sister had 2 dolls growing up. She named one Cinda, one not Cinda.
It's very binary. For ones and zeros. That's smart.
One was Brundle and one was
Not Brundle. Ones and zeros.
Whoa.
Yep.
The HMU and prosthetics team just like annihilated this.
Yeah, flies are gross inherently. They're doing such a good job grossing them up.
What happened to Fly, honey? You know. You know what happened to Fly, babe. You knew it was fusion. Come on, honey. You're smart.
Jeff Fry Goldblum.
Did Brundle absorb Fly? It's
Fusion.
Brundle Fly. Molecular genetic level. How do you unfly yourself?
Yeah, separation of fusion? Question mark.
Hello.
He's scared.
Yeah, he's just reaching out, but is he incapable of speech already?
Veronica, you don't know how right you were. I've gotten much, much worse.
I think she knows.
Please come to see me. Please come now.
What a nice call.
Yeah, it's
I'm
really
very
an effort.
worried
Yeah,
about
I'm
what
afraid
we're
what she's gonna
though.
say.
Yeah. I'm like, how's he capable of making that call if he is?
As much fly
Yeah.
as I assume he's about to be.
And why does it take time to visually see if they merged on the molecular level?
That's an interesting point. Like he would have just come out of fly?
I would think.
But I mean,
unless it's like exponential.
right, I assume he's transforming.
I'm here.
But why would it have been? Uh-oh, her face makes me scared.
You were right. I'm diseased, and it might be contagious somehow.
Really? Why would it be contagious?
That's like part of his biology.
What happened?
I know an old lady who swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die.
Oh my God. The old lady who lived in a shoe.
A fly got into the transmitter pod with me that first time when I was alone. The computer got confused, decided to splice us together. It made it as me and the fly hadn't even been properly introduced.
Still has this
That laugh.
God. Oh, God. Seth.
You look so pretty.
Oh.
Oh, I think it's showing itself as a bizarre form of cancer.
Body rejecting it.
There must be something we can do, something we can
agree.
go to, a test that can be done. No.
Okay.
Well, then what do you want me to do? Why did you call me?
Also interesting that he doesn't want to like become a creature of science. Oh.
Oh.
I'm scared.
No.
That is so
Because
much.
now it's not addict. Now it's sick person.
Mm-hmm.
You said cancer.
Sickness
it's
has
like,
evolved
yeah.
to like physical and mental.
It does remind me of terminal people.
Mm-hmm.
If you saw him, Stathis, if you saw how scared and angry and desperate he is.
I'm sure Typhoid Mary was a very nice person, too, when you saw her socially.
Oh my God.
What a guy.
Do I have permission to claim your body when this is all over?
Ew.
You say, if only I saw him. Show me. Let me think about it.
He's still trying to profiteer. But she should see that.
It's so weird because she's smart, but then sometimes she'd be dumb.
Yeah. I think she's
Which is
blinded by
life.
actually loving him, but she shouldn't be blinded by how evil the other guy is.
Got pretty good at it, haven't I?
Cool.
He's not dying. He's going to turn into a fly.
He's got to be a fly.
Maybe not such a bad disease after all.
Oh.
I know what the disease wants.
What does the disease want?
It wants to turn me into something else.
His teeth.
Turned into what?
What do you think, a fly? I'm becoming Brundlefly. Don't you think that's worth a Nobel Prize or two?
Oh, my God.
I think you'll want to record for posterity.
Oh, no. I shouldn't even have to ask.
Maybe she wasn't considering it, but now.
How does Brundlefly eat? Well, he found out the hard and painful way that he's very much the way a fly eats.
His tongue.
Like a fly, Brundlefly breaks down solids with a corrosive enzyme, playfully called vomit drop.
She's showing him.
Ronnie? What is it?
What do you mean? What's wrong? Your boyfriend turned into a fly, bro.
This guy.
Brundlefly.
I'm pregnant.
Oh, I did not see that coming. And it was while he was fly.
I'm pregnant with Seth's baby.
You're pregnant with Brundlefly's baby. It's at least a quarter fly.
Well, we don't know that she got pregnant that time. After.
They were going at it for hours.
Yeah, but could have been before.
I hope so. I don't think this movie's that kind. But
I think even the Supreme Court would say you could get rid of this one, babe.
we'll see how November goes.
Yeah, although I don't know.
Depends on the state.
But it's a fly.
It's got human in it.
I don't think I want to lose it.
God damn it.
It's gonna be easy. Don't worry, honey.
Here we go. Okay.
I'm not ready for whatever this
I'm
is. gonna
watching
be.
you. I don't know that
I'm
I
not
can do
prepared.
this.
Emotionally, mentally.
Hold it. Hold on a minute. There's more in there.
There's more?
Yeah.
Is it eggs?
Come on. You can push. Give us a push. You can push it out. Come on. Come on.
No, wait. No.
All the doctors probably think she slept with an animal.
No. It's a larva. Oh, that's somewhat better.
How much of everything was a dream or a nightmare? How much?
I hope all of it. I hope everything from
Like, is she pregnant?
does not appear pregnant. Oh, man.
Yeah, but it could be early on.
She wakes up and she just met this guy at a
Oh,
bar.
I had his hands.
Oh! Oh, no.
I want a disc. Give me preliminary integration. I want a disc. Give me preliminary integration.
His voice doesn't. Oh.
You're a relic. Yes, you are. You can't deny it. Redundant.
Here.
You've missed some good moments. Is that why you're here, to catch up?
Oh my God.
I wanted.
She's gonna tell him.
Have you ever heard of insect politics? Insects don't have politics. No compassion, no compromise. We can't trust the insect.
Oh.
I'd like to become the first insect politician. I'm afraid,
Oh, that's so sad.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
I'm saying I'm an insect who dreamt he was a man and loved it. But now the dream is over and the insect is awake. I'll hurt you if you stay.
How many hours do you think it took him every day to look like that?
It's
that point?
incredible.
Let's go. Let's do it now.
No, I think we should wait for a few days. I don't think you're in the right state of
No,
mind.
now. I want it out of my body now.
This movie is such a strange comment, but this movie's so relatable.
It hits so many different big concepts and ideas, and like you're endeared to so many moments.
I know.
Like so many problems are so real.
Oh, Coy.
Man, this is
Did you see? But he heard,
yeah.
so he knows.
Yeah. And I assume he's got good hearing because I think flies do. I don't know. I've never been a fly.
Shoe fly don't bother me.
She's pregnant and she wants to have an abortion. We have good reason to think that this child will be deformed.
There are tests we can do to determine whether or not
I don't want tests. Tests can't guarantee anything. The baby could start off normal and then become
a fly.
Okay, if you'll just slip into that, we'll be on our way in no time.
Abortion is healthcare. That's why. Exactly that line. I'll do it myself if I have to. Every person who's ever going to get an abortion, ever.
Wait.
another plot twist.
It takes a lot of lefts when it's great because I never know what the next scene's gonna be.
But she seemed to like want him to take her, but she said Seth no, but
I also think she was happy to see him in a way.
Why did you want to kill Brundle? Baby might be all that's left of the real me. Please don't kill me.
Oh.
I can't have it.
Have the baby. Too bad.
Too bad what, Brundle? Oh my God.
I have been tense for like 40 minutes.
I know. What's your plan here, man?
What's in the case? Oh.
It seems like an unnecessary carry around. Like,
just have a shotgun and 3 pieces in a case.
Right, like just...
He just has it.
You'd think just like a handgun would do it.
No, he's in the city. He's got to have a shotgun.
I think this is the first time I've realized the fly was not in with him. It was in the other pod and it fused with him.
I thought it was in the same pod as him.
And receiver.
Well, I think they just introduced a third pod. I thought there was only 2 pods.
That was an introduction.
Yeah, because I think he's trying to save himself. I think. I didn't talk through it this time. I'm pretty sure. Is it gonna break his flesh down? Oh, it is.
What?
Is he gonna try?
I hate this man, so
I think he's gonna try to put him in the other pod, maybe. And he's just breaking him apart. I think he just wants organic matter.
But if this is what's
like
happening here,
matter?
what's happening with the pregnant baby in the belly?
Yeah.
No, don't. Don't, please.
Oh, that shot is so cool. I know how they do it. It just looks really good here.
It really does.
It looks really bad most of the time.
Yeah.
Help me. Help me to be human.
Don't puke on her, please.
I mean, he really did love her, and vice versa.
I go there. You go there.
Yeah, this is what he was working on. I understand.
Come apart. And then we come together there.
What?
You, me, and the baby. Together.
Would that work? And where's the fly go?
Also, why did you... Okay, I thought he was going to use the just pure organic matter of the villain guy, but this is way worse.
We'll be the ultimate family. A family of 3 joined together in one body.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was saying.
Are we gonna see a fly underneath all this?
I think he's just becoming a giant fly.
E.T. phone home. Oh my God. Our villain's gonna be our... Oh, no, we can't have this.
I think he's going to shoot him. I think the villain's going to save the day.
Yeah, no, we cannot.
Come on.
Oh my God. What a sick shot.
Yeah, that thing is awesome looking.
That is awesome. I mean, it's disgustingly
So gross,
awesome and
giant,
awesomely disgusting.
Mucus-covered fly. What a cool ticking clock.
I mean, that's the sickest. Like, that is insane looking. Oh, yep. Oh.
It's going to happen to him if he just teleports into nothing. He's going to split in half.
I don't know, but what about Gina?
Shit, it got severed. He shot them.
Yeah, so it okay,
wasn't on.
Yeah, good. How is she going to get out, though?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was all voice recognition.
Okay.
What is he going to come out as right now? Oh, he
fused with the pod itself?
With the pod? So is he the pod now?
Yep.
Oh my God, Coy.
Let it die.
Do you think she's going to keep the baby?
I don't think so. Oh, yeah. I mean, mercy.
Look at the two. Oh my god! But see how he immediately fused with the pod as opposed to the fly.
Right.
Whatever. We'll
Organic.
let that go. Yeah.
Movie doesn't work if it just fuses.
Yeah. He's like, please do it.
Ugh.
You have to.
Oh, it's crazy. It's still self-aware enough to want to die.
Well, because it is still part human.
Yeah, it's just it can think. Like, he's in all that pain. He can think enough to... For the best. That's so intense.
It's a weird ADR cry. Man, that's tough. And she like... Oh!
What? We get no denouement, no closure whatsoever.
I mean, we do get closure on him. Oh my God, the gynecologist is David Cronenberg.
Oh, that's great.
That's great. I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
Wow.
I guess I don't know what Cronenberg looks like.
Yeah, I kind of do, but
I think as an older gentleman.
yeah.
Like,
Thank you to HUEL for sponsoring today's video. Now, guys, I'm going to give you all the God's honest truth of how this sponsorship came to be. We got contacted about basically partnering up with HUEL. Before we agreed to anything, the very first thing I said was I would like to try the product first. I did a Instagram post on our Real Rejects one. It was the first time you see me trying the HUEL product. Basically going like, hey, we might not partner with them. This is not a paid Instagram post, but I just wanted to try it since a lot of you guys asked for like health recommendations now and to know kind of what I take only because of the fact that I'm vegetarian and I have very limited protein options. So I gave it a shot, ended up loving it. Primarily the chocolate one. Wow, this is a really great one. One of the best things about it is that, yes, it's pre-packaged, and a lot of times when it comes to like the pre-packaged bottles, I'm not a big fan of them normally. What you got me drinking on camera is one of these, which takes a very long time to put together and can often get messy, and it's just not aesthetically pleasing, but I'm trying to pack like a lot of vitamins and fiber, protein. The best part about HUEL is a lot of what I try to pack into this one giant shake is already available in this little bottle. Often tastes better than what I can actually assemble myself. It actually tastes great. It's got a high protein intake count as well. And you know what? Brand new bottle. If you guys can see, it's filled to the top. This is how good it tastes. Now, normally what you want to do is spread it out, but if you want it in one go, it is just as good. It tastes really freaking good. Thank you so much for sponsoring this video. The one thing they want me to say is you can get 15% off HUEL today with code REJECTS at HUEL.com/rejects. Fuel your best performance with HUEL today. They are great, and I am already almost out of the many bottles they sent me. If you guys do go check them out at HUEL.com/rejects, you'll see that they got a whole bunch more items available as well. And if they taste anything as good as this, I'm going to be a very happy customer for a very, very long time. So join me on this health journey.
Okay, so our first time watching The Fly, and we don't know whether she had the baby or not after that.
that's what I mean by closure and like denouement, as in some sort of ending, like with some
But the ending is that
fly.
she killed the fly.
Yeah, I mean, that's it.
And Homeboy has
One stump times two.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, what do you think? As lives up to the hype?
Yeah. Also, I think that may be one of the more iconic films that I knew the least about. Like, I genuinely didn't know we were going to get there. And I feel like I had not seen images of it. And I feel like a lot of times you see pieces of movies because they're on TBS. So I think it was so graphic they couldn't just play it on USA or whatever growing up. So when you're a kid, you know, sometimes you see pieces of movies that are iconic because they're just on. I did not know what I was getting.
Or they're cut together in like an Oscars montage or something. Yeah, I had no idea. I didn't even know Gina Davis was in this movie.
2 BAFTAs, and I knew nothing. That was
no idea.
Exhausting. I like know why Cronenberg's famous. He's like a body horror. I knew body horror. I knew Goldblum, and I think The Simpsons or something had a fly like episode. So I think that's how I knew like something about a human fly. But that's it.
Also because you see teleportation early on,
and you assume
because it's called The Fly. Will you remote this, please?
Yep, I don't know what's happening.
It feels like we're watching Bridgerton, but I don't know. It's very
Serrano.
Oh, okay.
We got a little Ben Mendelsohn action.
This is not Bridgerton.
Not the vibe.
And definitely not the vibe.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I know. That was so crazy because it was only 90 minutes, and I don't mean this as any kind of insult. It felt 2 hours for sure because it really every minute that we were there felt so intense and crazy, and like the build up to that point, we're kind of telling a love story.
Yeah.
A love science story.
And I thought it was going too fast at how much they were falling in love and acting on it that I didn't trust either one of them. I was like, at one point I thought he was acting like he loved her more to get her to not write the story. And there were a few times I thought that she was acting like she loved him more to get to the story. But I guess I'm just cynical about 80s love. But then it was like the right pace.
Yeah, the funniest part, it doesn't matter whether they were or were not because none of it came to fruition. What do you think? And this is all stuff that is not relevant.
I think they genuinely loved each other.
Okay. You think they genuinely loved each other? What do you think now? Like, if there was a sequel to The Fly, which I don't believe there is, do they keep these machines? Like, does somebody ever do this again?
The Flies.
I'm thinking more like The Ant. There's
ant.
Crazy stuff you could do with this. Like, after this, I feel like she decides to keep the baby.
Yeah?
And that they keep the machines and they write this piece and this becomes the downfall of humanity.
I think that's wish fulfillment. I think you're like, let's end it all. I think, man, I think she really loved him. I think that he really loved her. I think that was mercy at the end.
That sucks then. And I'm with you. I agree.
I think they really loved each other. I think that she only ever seemed like she didn't around the villain because she needed to. And I really think that like she was.
I'm with you.
Yeah, she wasn't going to write the piece.
When he carries her away from the doctor's office, it almost seemed like she was still attracted and in love. Like she was looking at him like, is there any way we can do this?
And there were moments when he was half transformed that remind me of like Hunchback / like the Elephant Man.
Yes.
And like real life, like, deformities and like abstractions. And it was so harrowing to see like human eyes come out of something that like that alien and there still be a connection. Like Goldblum was so good that even when he was like
so good.
90% fly, when his teeth had fallen out and he was turned around, there were still moments of empathy.
And the practicals were so good that
wouldn't work with CGI.
Yeah. Oh my God. He would have looked so stupid.
They make that today and it's like,
yeah,
it doesn't
totally.
work. But the practical made it tangible and empathetic.
Yeah. And fly-like.
That last design was so sick.
So sick.
That was incredible.
We gotta look up some stuff about this because this has been years in the making of. Oh man, I had a.
Is that a little mint for later?
I was on now. Here now. It's
Why'd you put it on top of that? Seems precarious.
What was I gonna do? Because I was sipping out of this.
Was it not in a container of any kind?
I had it in my mouth.
Oh, you like saved it for later.
We were rushed today,
yeah.
So it was in my mouth. And they're like, you need to start, and I was like, oh.
So you came in with the mint,
yeah,
and that was on hold.
Yeah,
all right.
Because I didn't know what to do.
Just
don't let me forget it there because that will be.
Just a faux pas. It's just a rudeness.
A faux pas.
It's just a mint.
We're talking about mints, you know what would be mint of you guys to not forget, like, comment, subscribe. If you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, 5 stars. RejectNationShops.com. That is where you can make sure you pick up all your gear. I'm partial to some Sheject gear, but
pretty dope.
Everything is awesome. All right, let's see. What can we find out about the Fly? First of all, have you seen other Cronenberg stuff?
I assume I have because I feel like I think of him as an impactful filmmaker, but I think I know him mainly from things being referred to as Cronenbergian.
Me too. I think this is my first Cronenberg movie that I've ever seen, but I'm not sure. Got? The top 4 on IMDb for him are The Fly, Dead Ringers. Do you know even what that is? Dead Ringers is with Jeremy Irons, and it came out in 1988.
Okay.
So follow up to this. Existence, but the end of the word is with a Z.
Nice.
Very
is that early
nice.
90s?
That's 99. So late 90s. And that is with Jude Law and Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Okay.
And Willem Dafoe.
Nice. I feel like Dafoe and him would work together well. There were some Dafoe moments from Goldblum here.
Crash in 96, which is with James Spader, Holly Hunter.
Love Spader. Love Holly Hunter. Have not seen it. Okay, so I haven't seen.
No, I haven't seen any of these. He directed 10 episodes of Star Trek Discovery. He did 8 episodes of a show called Slasher. He did 6 episodes of a show called Alias Grace, which I actually hear is excellent. But for somebody who's referenced so often.
I think it's as an entity. I think I know him as Cronenberg, the deity of body horror, not as... Because I know that like when people do body horror, they refer to him, and I know that's the bar that's been set, and I can clearly see why. I just saw his kids' movie, or one of his kids' movies, Infinity Pool, which is from a Cronenberg kid, and that was terrifying and horrific.
I hear that movie's amazing.
It's so good. It's just like, it's a different kind of body horror. It's like psychological body horror. You'll see. But that was so intense. Like, I'm still kind of reeling from it. It was definitely physically affecting in the disintegration of the body. But then by the time you got into like the mental elements, it's almost like the body horror became more about like the empathy you already felt towards them. So I like that it had different acts. Like the beginning is making you love them. The middle is you starting to be like, oh no. And then by the end, you're more affected by the psychology of like what you would do in that situation. Like they definitely added psychological elements by having her get pregnant, by having the nightmare, by having
that was a twist.
It became so much more heady because they could have just had it be body horror that was just external, but then it became like, what would you do in the situation?
And like you're talking about with the addiction and him even referencing cancer, that all of us can kind of think, okay, this is not that far out of reach, just different.
Yeah.
You're going to like this. Guess what?
What?
Guess
Good
what?
setup. Guess what?
Because I was just going to say, guess what? This was nominated for and
Special
won
effects.
as an Oscar.
Best special effects. Has to.
Best makeup. This won an Oscar for best makeup.
100%. It was incredible.
I'm obsessed with
guess
what?
That's the end. And then you stop there. Guess what?
You said.
This is how you got.
You said what?
Knock knock. Who's there?
Guess what? This won for best makeup at the Oscars. That's
100%.
baller. Really happy for them. And for BAFTAs, it was only nominated. So for makeup and special effects.
What
this
won makeup over or special effects over this back in '86?
So it was 88 was the year for the BAFTAs.
Okay.
Which that's confusing because it was 87 for the Oscars, and I actually don't know how to tell you the answer to that without
in the short term,
without
searching best special effects.
Maybe you guys tell us in the comments.
Let us know what won over this movie that shouldn't have.
Guess
what? Can't look that up quickly.
The way that you and I have been doing this for so long that you just looked at me and said, "What?"
It was like you put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. Like it was such a weird delivery. We've been doing this. Not only we've been doing this for 10 years, but we've been doing this for 10 years together. For you to give me that line reading of like, what? Yeah? And?
Guess what? That's all.
Best makeup. Correct.
That was my worst delivery ever. That was so great. Guess
Citizens of Reject Nation. Guess what?
I want everybody in the comments. Guess what? No prompt other than that. Just guess what. Tell us what you guess.
Let us know. Let us know what.
Let's do some trivia. Guess what? In 1987 interview of Sinister Image, Vincent Price revealed that when his remake was released, I didn't even know they did a remake, star Jeff Goldblum wrote him a letter saying, "I hope you like it as much as I liked yours." Price was touched by the letter. He composed a reply and went to see the film, which he described as wonderful right up to a certain point. It went a little too far.
So Vincent Price made the original.
And then he said to Jeff Goldblum that
he liked it to a point.
Certain point.
Vincent Price was like, a little much.
Guess what? Guess what? After watching some of his early films, director Martin Scorsese asked to meet David Cronenberg. Upon meeting him, Scorsese said he looked like a Beverly Hills plastic surgeon. This inspired Cronenberg to give himself a cameo as a doctor.
That's so good.
That is so
because he did. Like, I wouldn't have been like, oh, that's a director cameo.
I can't believe that neither of us knew that.
We didn't track him.
Yeah. Wow, man.
It's like when you see like M. Night Shyamalan in a movie, you're like, oh, why? Because he makes himself like, what if I'm the cool guy in town? Whereas that guy looked like a Beverly Hills surgeon, so it worked.
But the people at home are probably like, how are they not noticing? Guess what? I didn't know. The line, "I'm saying I'm an insect who dreamt he was a man and loved it, but now that dream is over and the insect is awake," is a reference to author Zungizi's, sorry, I'm bad at pronouncing things, famous butterfly dream story. It's also referenced to Franz Kafka's famous short story, The Metamorphosis. I actually think I read that in school. Metamorphosis? That sounds familiar.
It's Kafka-esque.
Yeah.
Kafka's a genius. I just didn't know. I mean, I knew that line.
Franz Kafka. My dyslexia is really showing through today. Guess what?
That line struck me in it. It is interesting that it's quoted.
The scene where Seth and Ronnie are having coffee at the restaurant and Seth is talking endlessly was only half scripted when production began. I kind of theorized.
That tracks.
The remainder was written the night before the scene was going to be filmed, as Jeff Goldblum felt he could add more to the character.
That definitely felt
fun.
So Goldblum-y.
It took nearly 5 hours to apply the most extensive makeup stages to actor Jeff Goldblum. Imagine him sitting there. His call time must have been so fucking early.
Have you ever had makeup like that?
No, not like that. Have you?
I did. I think mine was, it started as 8 hours. They got it down to 4 on Star Trek.
8 hours?
So it was full body. It was Into Darkness was 8 hours. 8 hours for the tests. And then like it was 6 hours on set. So we had to get there at 3 a.m. We'd shoot at 9. And then it was 4 hours to get out in the beginning. So I'd have 20-hour days. So I literally I'd have to just take a nap and start filming again.
And they would 20 hours was the...
Well, I got paid.
Yeah.
I literally lived off that for a while.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But I remember the psychology of it was weird. We actually had someone come in and a boot camp training because the sensory deprivation made it feel like you were suffocating and isolated. So I wonder what Goldblum went through to because I know
I'm curious.
Jim Carrey with The Grinch, he had to have psychologists help him to get into a headspace to survive it, and that felt like that he was probably in that for longer because it was in the 80s.
That's crazy. That is crazy. This is a reference to something that we brought up multiple times during the movie. This says, guess what? David Cronenberg was surprised when the film was seen by some critics as a cultural metaphor for AIDS, since he originally intended the film to be a more general analogy for disease itself, terminal conditions like cancer, and more specifically, the aging process. But this was in the 80s.
Yeah. So I think it became a product of the time. I don't think it was, it clearly wasn't intentional, but at the times would have made it feel very topical.
Guess what?
What?
Guess what the fly's vomit was made from?
Is it?
It's foods.
Oh.
Honey, eggs, and milk.
Oh, he had to hold that mix in his mouth.
Guess what?
What?
The famous tagline, "Be afraid, be very afraid," originated in this film as dialogue spoken by Gina Davis.
Oh, no way.
Crazy.
That's such a common expression.
But then this says, according to David Cronenberg, the line "Be afraid, be very afraid" was invented by Mel Brooks while discussing how characters should react to the early stages of Seth Brundle's transformation.
Maybe Mel Brooks said it. He added it to the script. But either way, I didn't know this film was responsible for
"Be afraid, be very afraid" is something that's constantly said.
Especially by our generation.
Yeah. Be afraid, be very afraid.
That's dope.
Guess what?
What?
Guess who was originally supposed to direct this?
Spielberg.
Tim Burton.
Oh, that tracks. Timing, style, 100%.
Just so you know, I hate when people ask me trivia into guess what, so you're being a champ right now.
I got you. I got Tim Burton tracks.
When Andrew asks me...
Does he actually ask you?
Motherfucker!
Like that he actually asked you. When Andrew's doing it, I just sit and wait.
I'm like, I don't know.
I just let him tell me a story.
This one's cool. Who was offered the role of Seth Brundle but declined. This checks out with the Tim Burton thing.
Johnny Depp?
Michael Keaton.
Oh, he would have been good too.
Interesting.
I can hear his voice coming out of that creature. I totally like that.
There's a lot more here, but
man is always winged.
What's winged?
Michael Keaton always has wings. He's always winged.
Oh, literally winged.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Batman,
He's a winged
the
man.
Vulture, Birdman. That is a winged man.
Okay, so here's what we need from you guys. So many things. This is the most important, though. Coy and I have been put on probation for 1 year and 4 months from each other. So I need you guys to
share this video.
We need you to like this so
Put
bad.
it out there.
Never in my life I need you to like anything more.
It's also the most I was quiet out of I must respect the boundaries of the reaction. Am I reacting properly?
I am a professional.
React.
Coy, guess what?
And then the second act happens and I was like, I can't not react.
No, disgusting.
But the first act, I was definitely like, behave yourself.
But the point being, if you like this duo, this Boston duo, this Masshole duo, then please comment, make sure you subscribe. They can see who subbed from what videos, so make this be one of them.
This one, you know what? I almost pitched, but I was like, there's no way.
What?
There's an Apple Plus show with Casey Affleck and Matt Damon that I'm so excited to watch.
Wait, what is it?
It's the Instigators.
Oh.
But it's such a deep cut. There's no way to...
Wait, we should definitely do that.
Because we've seen every Boston movie.
Yeah, for
I almost
sure.
guarantee it. And I was like, oh, a new Boston thing with two of the godsons of Boston, Matt Damon and Casey Affleck?
Yes, for sure.
But I don't know if Apple has enough subscribers for us to react to an Apple show.
Dude, I'm one of them. Apple shows.
Apple's the most
between
consistent.
Severance, Silo, Morning Show, Dark Matter, Ted Lasso. I am obsessed.
Sugar? Sort of Sugar?
Oh, I did see
Colin
Sugar with
Farrell?
Colin Farrell. Yeah, I watched the whole thing. That's how many things I was like, I didn't see Sugar. And then I was like, oh no, I watched that entire show.
Apple is the most consistent,
Colin Farrell
I
was
think.
very good in that. I don't
He's
know about.
so good.
Yeah, he's very
I like
good.
the atmospheric directing. A lot of people don't.
Yeah, that's
I like
true.
how weirdly existential the directing style is with how like linear the plot. Anyway, we could talk about it.
Shrinking.
But Shrinking, which is The Trap season 2.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point is like
this, so we can make
thank
more.
you. Any
reactions.
final thoughts on The Fly?
It lives up to a very high expectation.
Me too, for me.
It is a cult classic for a reason. I love that we haven't seen a single other Cronenberg thing, but he's left such an impression on the industry that Cronenbergian was enough of a thing we assumed we had.
Yeah, then we were like, oh, this is body horror.
Of course, Cronenberg. Yeah, that guy, we've seen everything.
Yeah, of
and then we
course.
watch it, you're like, I was unprepared still.
Yeah.
Also, Goldblum is so
good.
neurotically sexy. And I
Yeah.
think being neurosisly driven in your sex appeal is so hard to do. I think he does it. I think Harold Ramis does it. I think there's a certain like intellectual arousal that happens, but usually you're not physically attractive. So I just want to commend the bod on a nerdy hot guy, because that was
Say it.
I get Gina Davis is what I'm saying. Like, good for him, just top to bottom, inside and outside. Nice work, Jeff.
I'm so with you. I agree. They were both just really hot.
Smoke shows. Gina Davis was like angelic. She'd sit in a corner and they'd light her and it'd be like, I don't need you to move, just be a frame.
I was looking at her and I understand this one best makeup, but I don't think they put a speck on her.
They didn't need to.
Like,
They didn't have to at
they
any
spent
point.
all their time on him and they did not need to.
She'd be on the other side of the room just glancing and smiling. I'd be like, yeah, whatever you want. Gina
Wait,
Davis.
Guess what?
What?
We out.
We out.
Later, rejects.
Gina Davis from Boston.
Queen. Truly queen.